Director Lyons, always good to have you with us, sir. Thank you for joining us. You know, what Brooke said at the tail end there raises questions in my mind about leadership, for example, here in New York City, because, you know, the new incoming Mayor Mamdani is part of the Democratic Socialists of America. They do not want to cooperate with ICE at all, local law enforcement. And Brooke is just reporting that partnership has really helped to get some of these people out of the country that were supposed to be kicked out a long time ago.
Yeah, Martha, when you look at those stats, you know, my deputy director, she did a great job outlining exactly those heinous criminals we got, right? 230 people that have been in the country way too long, 165 of them, you know, sex predators, right? So Secretary Nolan's led the way with working with state governors. She ran a state. She knows what it takes to keep her people safe, and this partnership with Florida is a roadmap for the rest of the country. I really wish other elected officials would jump on board, because truly, like, no one can argue with taking out 54 sex predators, 165 child molesters. Who would want them still in their neighborhoods? These are people that shouldn't be in the country in the first place. So I think any state or local government that wants to work with ICE, by all means, we want to work with ICE. But I'll tell you, we're still going to go to New York. We're still going to arrest the sex offenders they have there too. But we want to do it with the partnership and the cooperation of state and local government.
You know, interestingly, in California, the New York Times wrote a very in-depth piece. It was published at the end of October, and it talks about a street in South Los Angeles that's known as the Blade. It's Figueroa Street, and basically it has been taken over by gangs who run sex trafficking operations, and from what we can tell, the police it's become a bit of a zone that the police are not really going into. So the New York Times reports gangs had long sold drugs began to take advantage of Figueroa's lucrative opportunity. With a dozen girls, one trafficker can easily make $12,000 a night. By the end of 2023, the city attorney had taken to calling Figueroa the kiddie stroll, because so many of these girls were not even 13 years old. Now, this problem exploded in 2021 during the early years of the Biden administration, when we saw so many families and unaccompanied minors crossing the border, Todd.
Yeah, and you know what, Martha, the one frustrating thing for us too is the DHS Blue campaign. We are so focused on human trafficking, yet Immigration and Customs Enforcement, obviously, everyone paints us with a bad brush that we're only, right, you know, arresting hardworking people. No. The men and women of ICE, the special agents of Homeland Security Investigation are out there targeting these trafficking organizations. And you're so right. We saw such a huge spike under the last administration with unaccompanied minors and just people being exploited at the border. And it's continued into our major cities. That's why ICE is so dedicated to working with our state and local partners. Yeah. We would love to work with Los Angeles Police Department and rid them of these child sex traffickers.
Well, we would love to know more about this story, Director Lyons. Tim Tebow has been on this for a long time. I don't know why people don't talk more about the human trafficking problem in the United States of America. So many people seem to want to turn a blind eye to what is happening to these young kids. And here's Tim Tebow on a podcast with Andrew Schultz. Watch.
There are more people that many experts believe that are in slavery now than ever before. 50 plus million people. This year, somewhere between 300,000 to 1 million people will be trafficked in the U.S. And so many of those will be minors. There are some freaking heroes that are fighting this every single day, but they do not have as good of technology most of the time as those with the goal to do evil.
What do you want the American people to understand about this situation, Director?
You know, Tim's 100% right. We're out there every day trying to find these people that are being tracked, especially kids. And we really need the help, and not only the public, but state and local officials, too, to help us find these trafficking victims.
Is this something Governor Newsom is cracking down on? Because at one point, he was loosening the laws for prostitution in terms of bringing them in.
I don't think he is. I don't think a lot of state and elected officials are doing that, because they're turning a blind eye to it just because working with ICE is so politically not right.
Director Todd Lyons, good to have you here, sir. We were going to stay on this story, and we look forward to speaking to you more about it. Thank you very much, sir.
It's great seeing you again.
You too.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.